What is up, guys? Welcome to Truth and Transparency. Let's get it in. We are live. Are we live? Like how live?
Pour me another drink, 'cause I don't wanna feel a thing no more, hell no. I just wanna sip it till the pain wears off. Pour me another round. Line 'em up and knock 'em down. 2 more, let's go. 'Cause I ain't never heard like this before. Don't wanna think about her, or wear a ring without her. Don't wanna hit the karaoke bar, can't sing without her. So make them drinks strong, 'cause brother C's gone.
A history here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here. I know.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you? All right. Who's responsible here?
What's that?
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
You haven't been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
Thank you.
This is with the other group that ran away.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car. And the other one.
It's truly for the win.
There was 2 different discs. Okay. They all knew about it. This made me laugh. Welcome, guys. Come on now. Come on in. Come on, JL. Let's
Talk
go.
about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight
Come on in.
within 2 hours.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
I see noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Like brains, and like if you need a lot of brains, you're gonna be in trouble.
This November 29th, 4 people that were murdered, and you want to fuck around. You got 8 families that are being affected by this, and they just mean nobody from the universe.
Shock value. And so what he did was he had taken pictures of California.
Oh, you're from
And-
Bruce would be outraged if I live in Moscow right now. I'd be lighting some cars on fire out there. I'd be flipping some cars. I'd get the frats going wild with me. Let's get some noise complaints going. Noise complaints. Oh, me another round. Mike dropping. We're gonna get the kegs and eggs going. Again, welcome to the Transparency Saturday morning kegs and egg style. Are you guys ready for it? Last night did a deep dive. This is going to be a quick live because I want you guys to be able to come right here and figure it all out, which is, here's your Google Earth maps. So let's go ahead and share that screen, which is Google Earth. And we got Too Legit to Quit in the house. You guys right here. This is Republic on Main, aka Identity Apartments. Back in the day, they switched their name. Sweet Ave right here, Main Street 95. That is what it is. If you go up and around down that way, look at that right there. Traffic cam. Can you see that? Oh, look at boom, 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 boom. Oh boy. Let's go. All right. So right here, Rosendahl and Josh Tisdale turn into this complex, and they have to travel a bit back in through there to where they come to a guy named Cade at 3:31. But we're going to back it up even further, which is before this, and you could walk on back here or drive on back here. And when they turned on the body cam at 3:31, they were at Banfield. And who I'm talking about is Rosie, Nate Rosendahl, and Josh Tisdale. They were the only two, as far as I know, that were working the undercover drug task force that night. They were doing alcohol, underage drinking, and drugs. And they were the ones in Banfield. Now, they were heading back to be done for the night when they came across this Cade guy walking with a sign, and it lit him up with theft. And then it didn't go anywhere. They dismissed it, but the report was not written up until 3 days later on the 16th, ironically the same day that they did search warrants for cell towers, and they began the search warrant process. 3 days after the murders was this report written up. And the report was written up by Josh Tisdale. He was the driver that night of the hybrid car. And Nate Rosendahl was his passenger. Okay. So, yes. And that's how they drove around all night. Josh is the driver. Nate is the passenger. 2 cops, Moscow Police Department, undercover that night. From 3:01, actually 2:50 something, until 3:16 a.m., they were on body cam right outside of, obviously, Banfield. They came from Linda Lane area, and they're on camera. You can see that Nate is wearing it looks like police issued tactical black gloves. Okay. And Josh is clad in all black. Legit. So these two guys are literally accounted for from 2:52-ish, 2:53-ish until 3:16, and then from 3:16 to 3:31 a.m. they're unaccounted for. And during that time frame, it is perfect in the fact that if you know where the Moscow Police Department is, their route of travel is the same thing as the PCA, where this car just lands on the 700 block of Indian Trail. Let me flip on over here to our one and only Hector the Projector and stop sharing there. Here is this share, which is, again, this is what we're talking about. I've always said, how do you just pick out a car and you're just able to put it on a map somewhere and say, oh, that's Brian Kohlberger. That's our car. Right there. This is what we're referring to. Let's see if it popped up for you guys. Yes. A review of camera footage indicated that a white sedan, hereafter suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling westbound in the 700 block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 a.m. Well, 3:26 a.m. is literally very interesting timing, because as Josh and Nate are leaving Banfield, where do they go for those 10 minutes until they're back on camera? roughly like maybe like 14 minutes. Where do they go? 15 minutes. Well, this would be consistent if you go to Google Maps and you share Google Maps. This is consistent with them being and driving back towards the Moscow Police Department, which is 155 South Ave, Moscow. Okay, right there. Now take a look. Right there is 700 Indian Hills Drive. This is your police department right here. So we'll let you guys see it. Boom. Police department. Look at that. Moscow Police Department. Beautiful brand new building. Looks like some storage units back there or something. But if you come right up here, this is your street, which is called, obviously, Main Street is 95. But right here, this is called South Ave. Now, we'll get up out of there. So South Ave, if you take South Ave right here, back up just a tad, right there's Indian Hills. But if you take South Ave, there's your police department. And right here behind it is called The Grove. This is where allegedly Brian Kohlberger went to a pool party. The Grove right here. See that big pool party right there? That's it. That's right. Well, not only does Brian Kohlberger like to hang out there, but so does Cade. Cade is the kid that was carrying the the sign. And he does not say that he took it from Southview Ave. It is written in a report that he took it from Southview Ave at the police department, which is very interesting to me because Cade simply said that he took it from the mini mart, aka the little Sunset Mart. He never once says that he took it from the police department, but these wonderful Moscow undercover police officers write up in their report that Cade, is walking back, as Cade says, from the Grove all the way to Identity Apartments, aka Republic on Main, which is a 15-minute walk. And he would be walking with this ridiculous construction. It's not, when I say a sign, this is a unfoldable that you put out to block like a sidewalk that would be like all chopped up. And he's walking around with this. Again, just wow. Now, now we'll back out a little bit. So this is where allegedly that pool party was, right behind the police department. But right there, so if Josh and Nate are coming back to the police department, as they said they were, ending their night, and a witness something along the lines, but go ahead and they go past this. I don't know if somebody got in Josh's ear. Hey, we had some fucker go ahead and take one of our signs. Why don't you go out there and find him? I don't know, something like that. But I believe then that this hybrid right here drives up. Okay, remember, because the Groves. So you could see them kind of like going through the Groves like this, like they do, then leaving up out of that one. Now let's go check the other apartment complex, Let's go check the other one. So they come up here. Don't know why they would go this way, but they did. Drive around me there because they're just cruising. You know what I mean? Right here, 700 block. There's your first 3:26 a.m., which 3:16 is when the body cam was shut off at Banfield. So 10 minutes later, right here, 3:26, you're passing this point. When you get to this road, you have to make a right or a left. This is Steiner. You're making a left. This is Steiner. Right here at this intersection. This is the intersection that in the PCA says that they catch this car, suspect vehicle 1, white sedan, at 3:28. Okay. Well, then what I believe happened is they don't mention anything again until 3:29. Okay. So if at this point at 3:28, if this white sedan that they want to allege got, all the way over here and up over here by 3:29. All right. That means that the cops could do it too if it was their sedan. So they cross over, swing by, do their little thing that they do. drive on through, come up around, get down and around, go down, out. This is like their normal loop. They're making loops. They're making rounds. Okay, this is what they do. Then they, come on out, and guess what? So you have 326, 328, 329, and then they come back out and around to be over here at Identity right here, aka Republic on Main, to be turning on their body cams at 3:31 and some odd seconds. All of it doable. All of it doable. But more importantly, when I did my request, I asked for the dash cam. They would not give me the dash cam. Therefore, I could not see where they were coming from. And they, in Rosendahl, these guys, I put it out on a community post. If you are a member, go check it out. I did a detailed minute timestamp of a timeline of this night. And if you want to talk about reasonable doubt routes, you want to talk about, this is everything that is 100% reasonable, and it makes way more sense. It would be a car like this driving around, because it's at those points when this PCA is going. That's where this car is. This car is in those areas doing those things. And they waited 3 days to write the report after the murder about the sign takeage. Again, if you did not hear it last night, here we go. I'll read it again. And then I'm going to end this mother. But this is just a nice, quick recap of what we talked about last night. If you want the finer details, you can check out that video. But this is for those that, hey, Lana, I have to nurse 4 kids on each nip. I got to do stuff. What you got for me? So here you go. And on November 13th, 2022, at about 3:38 hours, which it was at 3:31, I was working a plain clothes detail for minors in possession of consumption of alcohol and other related alcohol or drug offenses on or near the University of Idaho campus. While en route back to the Moscow Police Department to conclude the detail, I observed 2 male subjects walking in the parking lot of Identity. Now, when you zoom in, I told you guys cannot see this unless you were actually in the parking lot of Identity. You would never been able to see these guys unless you were actually physically in that parking lot for a different reason, or just flat out following them. Or maybe you gave them a ride and dropped them off. Who knows? I observed 2 male subjects walking in the parking lot of Identity. I pulled into the lot to contact the 2 males. As I approached, I saw a male, later identified as Cade, carrying a construction sign used for closing a sidewalk down. Upon approaching of the 2 individuals, I displayed my badge and identified myself as Moscow Police. I contacted Cade and asked him about the sign. Officer Rosendahl contacted the other male and determined he was not involved and was just meeting Cade to let him into their apartment. I advised Cade of his Miranda rights, which he understood. I asked Cade where he took the sign from and why. Cade told me he had walked a friend to their residence at the Grove. While walking back, he saw the sign near the construction on South View, across from the Moscow Police Department. Cade said he decided to take the sign to put in a roommate's room. Cade said he planned to later put it outside. Cade said he did not really know why he took the sign. I told Cade he cannot just take construction signs and advised him it was considered theft. I issued Cade a citation for petty theft. I collected the sign and returned it to the sidewalk where it was taken from. Now, I don't know how the police officer knew where it was taken from, but maybe he did. And this happened. Cade was cited for petty theft after taking a construction sign from Southview Ave and walking to his apartment at Identity with it, which is 15 minutes. Okay. Also, this was completely dropped, dismissed. Nothing came of this, and it took 3 days to write this report. And the outline of how the officers were driving that night, again, 10 minutes to 15 minutes unaccounted for between the hours and time of 2:52 a.m. or I'm sorry, 2:53 a.m. when the body cam came on right there at Linda Lane / Banfield. Just 1 minute before Kaylee and Maddie's cell phones never do another outgoing call at 2:52. And so they are accounted for because they are on body cam, Josh and Nate, from 2:53 all the way until 3:16. Then there is a break until 3:31. What were these undercovers? Where were they between 3:16, which they were right outside the front, almost the house at 112 King. They were like literally right there at Taylor, right where you could just go. Like they're right there. Then, so they're unaccounted for and not on body cam for us to see between 3:16 and 3:31 a.m. They then become on body cam at 3:31. And then Nate Rosendahl has a wherewithal to ignore protocol, which is you leave your body cam on until you are done dealing with the incident. He then shuts off his body cam in the middle of this incident with Cade at Identity at 3:42. This report allegedly, or this incident was allegedly all cleared at 3:47 and 28 seconds. So again, where did these two guys go after this last raid? It was a raid log for the radio log was at 3:47 and 28 seconds to do with this incident. There you have it. This car is consistent with being a sedan four-door. When you look at it and you catch it on camera, it could look like a white vehicle. Very curious to see what type of footage they have of this vehicle. And that's a wrap. That's your quick 1-2 punch. If you want more of a breakdown, I'm telling you, last night's live, watch it on like 2x speed or whatever, but get the good parts. There's good parts. Josh Tisdale was wearing an earpiece. I found last night he was wearing an earpiece. Again, it was like an earpiece that like security would wear at a concert, the white clear earpieces. Until next time, guys. Pull me. Thank you, Lisa, there. Lisa doing a super sticker. Appreciate you. Budford said Brewskis. Brewskis on the house. Deborah using her 3-month super chat. She's been a member for 3 months. Thank you. Janet says, enjoy yourself and have one on me. Talking about the Morgan Wallen concert tonight in Columbus. Morgan shaved his head and hopefully his balls. Never a dull moment with Beast Mode Lana. You damn right. Again, thank you for that, Janet. I will. Thank you for your commitment to finding the truth. Member for 4 months. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. And thank you to all of the moderators, subscribers. You guys are wonderful. You guys are much appreciated. Do me a favor. Use your touch DNA. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs down. Make yourself known. And I will not be screaming at the concert because this voice, I got to save it. So thank you guys. Take care. Until next time. Transparency. This is a breakdown of the statement of Brett Payne, Exhibit A, the probable cause affidavit. The first page is pretty much Payne talking about his background, as well as what time he arrived on scene, which was 4 p.m. on November 13th, and that he arrived there with Sergeant Baker. After that, Payne and Officer Smith enter the King residence, and they start at the bottom floor, and they spend no time on the bottom floor. They actually just go straight up, entering the front door, go straight up the stairs, and then they are on the second floor. Payne says that he then immediately makes a right to head down a narrow hallway where there was a bathroom door on the left, and you dead end into a bedroom that he later came to find out was Xana's. The first thing I noticed that I would have a question about is when Payne goes down that hallway and he notices that bathroom door. I want to know if that bathroom door is open or closed. Also, when he walks into Xana's bedroom, he says, when I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Xana, laying on the floor. He does not give the position of the body, so I'm curious about that. On page 2, it goes on to talk about the second body that was found in that bedroom, which was victim Ethan Chapin. That has been redacted. Throughout the whole 19 pages, the term isolated targeted incident never comes up. I do believe that those words could be found in page 2, but that has been redacted because there is nowhere in the probable cause of this isolated targeted crime being committed by Brian Kohlberger.